I got the question of the day for you. What projects do you want to start but haven't? Wait, did I read that right? Yeah, okay. What projects do you want to start but haven't? Okay, so let's talk about this, right? We all have like a to-do list, a list of projects that you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, but we just haven't done it because, like, I don't know, we're tired, or we don't know how, or we don't have money, or we don't have time, or I don't know, maybe we just wanna watch Gilmore Girls on Netflix. Like, I don't know. But what is a project that you want to start, but you just haven't? Comment below and come be part of this judgment-free conversation. This channel and these questions are all about supporting one another. Let's unite, not untie. So comment below. I want to hear from you. So before I answer the question, I want to talk about yesterday's question, because yesterday's question kind of ties into today's question. So about a year ago, well, wait, let me back up. Yesterday's question was, what are you doing today? And so I talk about that. And so yesterday's question, I talk about how a year ago I was asked to be a keynote speaker for this conference that happened yesterday. And it was a conference for mothers of twins, triplets, and multiples. And I had asked my awesome friend and awesome colleague Maggie to do it with me because she's a mother of twins. And I wanted to make my story and my content and her story and her content relatable to these women. And I wanted it to be like interactive, right? I didn't just want to talk to these women for an hour. I wanted to kind of have it be interactive. And so I did like activities and kind of made it more of a workshop, and we made it be conversational because their voice is valid just as much as my voice is valid, and Maggie's, of course. And so, but I talk about how sometimes we get stuck, right? And maybe that's kind of part of why we're not doing our projects, right? We just don't know how to take that next step. And so I talk about inertia, that sometimes we get into this negative inertia. Like, how many times have we been in like a crappy job we didn't want to be in, or a crappy relationship, and we just are like there because it's just easier, right? And so like, that's kind of why I wanted to talk about yesterday's question for today's question, because I talked to these women about kind of learning how to get unstuck, right? How we can like start doing the things that we want to do, and how to start advocating for what we want. And so I talk about how we need to relearn our ABCs, how we need to act, right? We need to take that next step. And maybe that next step is like asking for help, or maybe it's doing research online. Like, I don't know. But it's really about taking the next step, whatever that is. And then from there we be, right? We become the person that we want to become. And then from there we see. We conquer our dreams and we conquer our fears. And I had them, I showed them a postcard and I had them fill it out. See, I had them fill it out on the back. But see, so we act, we be, and we conquer. And so that's why I wanted to bring up yesterday's question to today's question, because I thought it was appropriate for today's question. So, you know, like, what are some projects that I haven't started yet? Well, my husband and I, who's made an appearance or two on these videos, we want to start our own YouTube channel about couples and communication. And we were supposed to like put it out like a couple months ago, and it just didn't happen. And, you know, I also want to do more workshops, like public speaking workshops, and I want to do like more empowerment workshops, but it just hasn't happened yet. You know, I've got a lot on my plate right now, and I don't want to say like that's an excuse, like that's just a fact. And so that's kind of what's going on, is that like time, it's kind of the big factor right now. So there you go. That's me. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want to be doing. Those are the projects I want to be working on, but I just haven't. Now I want to hear from you. Comment below and let's talk about this. Come be part of this judgment-free conversation. And while you're here, subscribe. Come hang out with us. This is kind of a cool place to be. And invite a friend, because the more people that are part of this conversation, the sooner we can change the world. Thanks.